That was the equivalent of a David Haye punch to the throat.
Forget it, you've won.
It's enough to bring anyone to tears.
Get rid of dead weight.
Hello, it's me, Sam Thompson, and welcome back to the I'm a Celebrity Unpacked podcast. What an episode that was. Tonight, Oti Mabuse and Joe Baggs are back for lots more chat. We're going to be catching up with the man right at the heart of the drama, David Haye, and of course, it wouldn't be unpacked without Kemi catching up with the boys themselves all the way from South Africa. Right now, we've got to get straight into it. Oti, Joe, hello.
Hello.
What a cliffhanger. Harry Redknapp's got a massive decision to make.
Yeah.
He's got to send someone home.
Good. It's about time.
Oh, okay. There we go. The pressure's on.
Okay.
Oti doesn't care.
No, I don't care, but I feel like it also adds to the show. You know, you can't stay. Not everybody can stay. We have to have a winner. And now it was the right time to get rid of dead weight.
Well, it's really going to shake things up in there.
It is.
Yes.
And it will probably shake the dynamic up. I mean, you're both going to know this about when a campmate does go.
Yeah.
Like, how much does that affect the actual dynamic of
does.
the group?
That's a really good
You
point.
kind of have your roles, right?
Yeah.
This one does this and you have a purpose, but they are people that serve no purpose. Or maybe don't get, I'm saying it so wrong, but there are people who don't, like, what they do is not necessary to the survival of the rest of us, right?
There are certain roles that are necessary for the running of
useful.
daily life.
Exactly. Like, we need to eat.
Yeah,
We
and
need
if
to
someone's
sleep.
the personality hire of the group,
Then
You really do notice when somebody goes, though. If it's the wrong person that goes, you're like, oh no, like they brought so much to the camp.
Yes.
okay.
But Harry obviously has to pick only between his team, so Team Lion.
Yeah.
So that's already cut in half.
Mhm.
I am going to ask you,
Mm-hmm.
and I think you knew this was going to happen. If it were down to you, out of Team Lion, who would you be getting rid of?
Sean.
Oh, that was fast. that was a quick draw. Sean, why Sean?
Well, when I was thinking about it, I thought, who have I forgotten that's in this team?
yeah.
And unfortunately, it was Sean. That's just my thinking,
No,
really.
that's a
That's
really-
my reasoning.
That's a fair point.
Yeah.
Oti,
Yeah,
what about you?
I would say Sean as well, but only because of purpose, right? Purpose. So Mo cooks, kind of Scarlett and Ashley are very, very helpful around. Who else do we have in there? David. David is
yeah.
like the heavy one. So when it comes to challenges, he'll do that. He can't get rid of himself because he's the king. And so I'm not really sure physically what Sean brings to the survival that other people won't.
That was a very eloquent response.
Can't replace him. He's replaceable. You need to put yourself in a position, especially if the camp is voting, where they can't lose you. So if Mo goes, they're not eating. Do you know what I mean? So
I'm
he's
just going
not
to put
going
it out
anywhere.
there. You know, Sean, he has put himself up for trials before. He has put
And he was
himself
terrible at
He-
them. He didn't even know the words to the Toto song.
He wasn't great at some of the trials. He brings a lot of banter.
Oh, God.
He brings a lot of fun. And
To get Africa and Spain confused is
Honestly.
an offence in itself that deserves you to leave the
And
How about this?
Unforgivable.
How about this? Harry Redknapp is, he's not he's a clever man.
Yeah.
So surely Harry's thinking, well, maybe I get rid of someone who's actually strong.
The competition.
The competition. Maybe Harry's sitting there being like, I want to win this bad boy. I want to be crowned the legend. Now, before we get into all of that, should we hear what Ant Dec thought about tonight's episode?
We've just found out that Harry's going to have to send someone home. We will have to talk about that in a second.
Okay. Yeah.
What was it like being down at that trial, Beastly Bry? Because that looked pretty tense. You've got two sportsmen. They don't want to give up.
No.
They're neck and neck. The portions, again, massive. What's wrong with you guys?
And a lot of the dishes stunk.
Did they?
Yeah.
And there was
a lot of flies.
it was hot. There was a lot of flies. Also, there's added pressure as well when their teammates are behind them. That always brings an added level of pressure.
And it was a really interesting, I guess, dynamic. You'd expect the Lions would be the ones to win, but the Rhinos won it. They're off for that beautiful banquet, the safari, the full works.
It's a good prize, that, because
It's
that
really good
really
prize.
made them get behind whoever was going forward to do the trial that day. They really want to win that bush banquet.
And to be fair, to both Harry and Jimmy, they went toe to toe. And penis to penis,
Penis
all of
to
that.
penis.
Fish eye to fish eye.
But all 5 dishes, they ate everything that was thrown at them, and it just came down to that tiebreaker, and Harry just couldn't do it.
And fair enough, he said he
Yeah.
doesn't even drink pints, so speed drinking's not his thing.
This is tough for David. Another loss for David.
Yep.
I'm starting to feel sorry for him at this point, lads.
Are you?
No.
Didn't think so.
I feel like for a man that is so competitive, One, I don't think he's going to be getting arsey at Harry for not winning.
Yeah.
And two, he's really not bothered about breaking those rules.
No.
That
Good.
snatch and grab.
Yeah.
I mean, he didn't quite make
fairly.
it, but he
If it
broke
was a little bit lower, he would have got that.
And it went in quite quickly.
It went in too quick.
Whoever was in charge of the
Yeah.
bully, they were like,
I would have loved David to get that.
Really?
Yeah, I would have. Like I said before, I just think it'd be funny. Just to
Yeah.
mix it up a little bit.
I genuinely thought when he was kind of giving it all of that, I was like, oh, it's obviously quite a funny thing to do. He's not going to do it, obviously.
Yeah.
It's not- the man was like, bah.
Oh, if he had got his hands on it, he was going to take that down and eat it.
I think
Whether
he'd
the
do
rest of them
anything.
would have eaten it, whether somebody would have cooked it for him, I don't know. I don't know what would have transpired, but I would love to have found out.
Gemma also wasn't having a good time.
No.
No.
Do you think because she didn't go through the full jungle experience last time, and obviously she only had a few days in there, do you think it's quite a shock to the system for her? Is that why she's finding it difficult?
It's almost like she was having a better time in Savannah Scrub than she is in main camp.
Maybe that is the thing. Maybe she hasn't, in Australia, she didn't spend that amount of time down there, so maybe now the reality is set in,
Yeah.
the novelty's worn off a
She
little
has to do
bit.
a lot
Gotta
more
do the
washing
dishes.
up. Yes,
Food,
yeah.
Which is not fun. Of all the jobs in there, like the long drop is a really quick job. You change the dunny. The logs, it's a bit of physical exertion, but it takes 10 minutes. Washing up takes ages. You're washing up everybody's knives and forks and all of the jerry cans, and everybody always complains about the washing up, whether it's here or in Australia.
She was like,
Always.
I can't have anything nice. I have to wash up every 5 effing minutes. I thought, babe, same.
I mean, at least she's given us some great quotes.
She
There is that.
didn't Sean say that she is like a meme machine?
She is like a walking meme.
Oh, the thing
She
she
is.
comes out with is brilliant. I think I would cry if I had to do everyone's washing up at the same time. More Gemma chat with Scarlett on the creeper train.
Ah.
Now that's a meme, surely.
That-
When she got blasted in the face.
Did you see the
and
handles
fell
coming
back,
off?
Fell back. They're trying to kill me. I laughed so hard at that when we
that-
saw that for the first
killed
time.
us. That
Oh
killed
my
us.
God, nearly finished me off.
One little friendship that I've seen blossoming, Jimmy and Adam. Did you see them? They were
Yes.
kind of messing around in the bed together. They were kind of like doing this kind of jokey bickering. They were like little schoolboys.
It's good. They get closer and closer. It's
But
lovely.
also, it's quite quickly. I feel like relationships seem to develop, fall out just so much quicker than they do in the outside world. Do
I
you
think
find
because you
that?
gravitate towards people that you know have kind of got the same sense of fun as you, or a sense of humour, or you can share a laugh with or a story with.
It doesn't surprise me, those two, either, because they're both kind of high energy.
Yeah.
They're both kind of
They're like
easygoing.
bants.
They're
Cheeky
they're
chappies.
Good, cheeky chappy, good bants.
Yeah.
So they've definitely gravitated towards each other, taking the mickey out of each other a little bit. So you can see that friendship really form, and it's nice. And yeah, it does. It grows.
It'll be nice seeing that as it goes throughout the series.
Mm.
Tomorrow night, though, Harry is making the decision. You did say it was going to be a lot of twists and turns, and
Yeah.
but for one of the campmates to decide the fate of another campmate, that's brutal.
And who does he go for? How
Well,
do you choose?
I don't know.
So he's got
I honestly
David,
don't know.
Scarlett, Mo, Sean, and Ashley.
Yeah.
My only thought was maybe not Mo because he's doing all the cooking.
Yeah.
I can't call it.
As for the rest of them, it's kind of it's pretty much up for grabs. It's really tough. And yeah,
But that's the consequence of losing. The prize was so great, the bush banquet and the safari, the consequences had to be as great.
Did
So
you think they realised that going into it? And do you think it's going to affect them going forward in trials if they think, oh, Christ, we
Yes.
are going to have to fight to
Yes.
stay?
well, they didn't expect it. That is the truth. Once that first person will go, it focuses the mind of everybody else, and they're like, "Wow, any one of us could go at any moment, and it could be anybody's decision or what mechanics are going to make
Yeah.
us leave here." So yeah, it unsettles them all. But you'll see more of that tomorrow.
And it might fracture relationships.
Might
I'd
just.
be annoyed at Harry if he sent me home, even though he's a national treasure. All right, well, we'll see you tomorrow.
See you tomorrow.
Kemi.
Bye.
Ant Dec said right there was going to be consequences for whoever lost that trial. It was Harry. By the way, didn't he put up a really good fight,
He
though?
did. It was so good.
Harry Redknapp, I mean, he's not the youngest of men anymore.
Sam,
and
the
he's
size
out
of
there.
those portions.
Oh, Joe.
I know
My
feast
word.
for a king and all that, but that
No.
was revolting.
But look, the main theme of this entire series, they're battling out to be the legends.
Yes.
And everything's bigger. I mean, the size of those penises.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know what to say. I know that sounds a bit rude, but I genuinely mean it.
Yeah,
What
and
a
you're
night.
losing in front of everyone as well, so
Yeah.
everyone sees.
And you've got
you
David
actually
Haye on your team,
Yes.
who does not like losing.
The divide is coming to an end. The Rhinos and the Lions, they're going to rejoin each other, and it's going to be one big camp, minus one, of course. What do we think is going to happen? Because they've been apart for a while now, and there have been some slightly tense moments.
I think as a community in there, they need this.
Yes.
Yeah.
They're like one lack of nutrients away from going at each other. We saw that from David. So I think that this will be good for morale. And you guys know what it's like in there. Like, it'll be good for a day.
But imagine, Joe, like, you've had Adam Thomas, you've had Jimmy leaning over that fence, giving David Haye a lot of chat. Like, if David survives, right, and Harry picks someone else to go, imagine being like, David, lovely to see you, big guy. We're now on the same team again.
Do you think, because I think that Jimmy to me is like the jungle jester.
Yes.
And I feel like you can't hate that man.
No, not when he's wearing them boxes.
He could wind me up to the point where I'm going to break, but I think he's hilarious and cheeky.
Yeah.
And I think he definitely gets away with it.
I think David will kick that wall himself.
We've all loved watching him. Let's chat to him. The one and only Mr. David Haye.
He's there. He's in the house.
Your second bite of the apple. Why did you do it? Why did you go for a second time?
I've had so many people since that point asking me to go in it. My kids are a bit older now as well, so they can appreciate it. And I was like, yeah, why not? Let's go. It's in South Africa. I haven't really spent much time in South Africa before. I thought, yeah, let me go and have another bite of the cherry. And it was
That's I said
definitely
bite of the apple. It's bite of the cherry, David. Do you know what the funny thing is? I've been thinking about that since the moment I said it. It was the second bite
I wanted
of the
to
cherry.
I wanted to bring it back in there.
David, you're so entertaining to watch. Are you aware of how entertaining you are? Or are you just you? The moment you stepped in there, you were like, this is full, unfiltered David Haye.
People who know me understand I keep it real. I say what I think, and I rub people up the wrong way a lot of the time.
It's interesting you know
And
that.
it's okay. Not everyone's going to agree with everybody. And as long as you're authentic to your true self, that's all you can do. But the fact it is entertaining, I'm happy about that.
Well, mate, look, there were obviously a few contentious moments in the show, but I think we were actually talking last episode about how much the rest of the camp really like you. We had Harry Redknapp, and he was like, I really like David. He was a great camp mate. How does that feel to hear that?
That's great. Harry's a legend. And I've never known someone who can recite so many interesting, knowledgeable stories.
A moment, David, that we were all really looking forward to was whether you were going to jump the fence and steal that food.
There's a thing called airspace. And on the Lions airspace, anything above that belongs to us. Anything over that line, that's theirs. And it was my responsibility to make sure our people ate well. And if there was food coming across the top, I was fully in my right to jump up and take it. If there was any way I could have got it as it was coming over our airspace, I would have done, and I would have ate it. And I couldn't get it. I was upset. I was very upset. But also, I'm glad it went the way it went, because it would have been horrible otherwise.
If Craig had come and tried to take it back, would you have let him? Or would you have given him a haymaker?
I wouldn't have given him a haymaker. I would have found any way other than the haymaker to keep him at bay. But I was so, because I really like Craig. I really do. He's such a lovely guy. And I like him even more, the fact that he was willing to come in, to put himself in harm's way to get the food. I love him even more because he did that, because he's a warrior. Deep down, he knows he would have went pear-shaped, but he was willing to go and try to get it back, which is all you can do.
It looked like everyone got along quite well. Is there anyone in there that you butted heads with a little bit? I mean, look, it's a big camp.
I'd say Gemma at the start, because she was doing her try. She was doing the first eating challenge, and she wanted some water.
You denied her water, David.
I didn't deny her water. The rules were there was no. I just reminded everybody of the rules. It was a bit of mean to do, but she wasn't on my team.
This is at the very start of the show. Episode 1, right? And you send our Bev, 68-year-old our Bev, to Savannah Scrub. That was obviously, you were thinking logically, I imagine, about everything. What was going through your mind at that point?
Is winning. Who's got the biggest and best chance of victory? Let's go with them. I'm about winning. I'm not about equal opportunities. I don't care. It's like, I need to win. We need whoever. But I got it wrong in one sense as well, because I didn't go for Sunita over Sean. I think right at the beginning, they had I picked Sean over Sunita, and Sunita beat Sean. So I was wrong there. I went for the young lad over the
what? Finish that sentence,
the lady.
David.
over the more mature young lady. And I was wrong. She proved me wrong. She was willing to dive out and grab that star when Sean fumbled.
Well, it sounds like David's actually learned something. We do need to talk about a specific moment in this series. You described your girlfriend, and I think you meant this in a positive way, of having the personality of a proper ugly bird.
Yeah.
What? Do you stand by that now?
Yeah, most ugly birds build up a personality through necessity because they don't have the looks to fall back on. So 9 times out of 10, an ugly bird will be funnier, more interesting, have more to say than some supermodel. And a supermodel has just been given everything her whole life, and she just swans through life, never pans for anything, never do anything. So her personality is normally crap. My bird has got both. She looks great, and she,
Right.
you know, she's got
Which one? Because David, you're in a throuple, mate. So which one of the two?
my perfect girlfriend, Sean.
Oh, that's beautiful. Well, David, you know what? You said actually that you quite enjoyed Team Rhino sort of looking over the fence, giving you a little bit of needle there. You said that you do the exact same thing.
I loved it. It was banter. You need that. You need that energy. There's not much else happening there. So a bit of spice between them rubbing it in, eating their food, go, oh, this is nice. And we're sitting there all hungry. At the time, I didn't like it. I respected it.
There's a specific shower scene where you are stark naked and you have buns of steel, sir. How does one go about getting the glutes that you have?
Just squats, lunges,
Simple answer.
lunges, just the most squatting exercises. Glutes, the biggest muscle in the body, and you got to keep them fired up. The bigger and more stronger your glutes are, the longer you live.
Oh, God.
David,
Well-
can I ask? There was a conversation that you had with Gemma that struck me the most when you were there. And she was kind of saying to you, it's okay, relax. And it felt like it was a moment where you guys were connecting. Do you remember it? And did it strike you like it did us?
I definitely connected with Gemma for sure. You know, at first, obviously, because she's such a big, powerful personality, she likes things how she likes things. She sees the world as she sees it, and she sticks with it, just like I do. But over time, I learned to understand her and respect her opinions, and I actually really do enjoy her company. So it was nice that we was able to get over ourselves. You know, we get it. You know, we're both, you know, underdogs in life who have somehow found a way to make things work.
Well, David, we have loved your company, and I think I've enjoyed watching you more than most people. You are a fascinating man to behold. Long may it continue. Thank you so much for joining us, David, and enjoy Cyprus, mate. Have a wonderful time, and I'm sure we'll see you very soon. Wow, David Haye.
Yeah.
He's exactly how you'd expect him to be.
I actually liked him in this. He
stands by it.
Yeah, he took accountability, and it's like he knows that they're making TV.
Accountability, I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't know if he took accountability.
He's almost like, look, I was really bad to Gemma. I get it. And if that was me in that position, I would be the same, and I'd be fuming. So he's well aware of what he's doing. It's intentional. Maybe that's the word.
He is who he is,
Yes.
right?
The thing is, he sticks by what he does and he doubles down on it. And I think the worst thing someone could do on TV is do something and go, oh, I shouldn't have done that. I shouldn't have done that. So you've got to rate him for standing on it, basically, is what I'm saying.
Defensive. He's like, yeah, I did it. It was funny.
Yeah.
Gemma, I mean, we talk about her every single night. It was a tough show for her tonight, I think.
Yes.
She's doing a lot of washing up, our Gem.
Oh,
you know,
gosh.
she's the poor
Carcinogenic,
girl.
hun.
Carcinogenics all over the place. There's burnt rice going in the bin. She had a little cry.
Yes.
Yes.
Adam Thomas there again to sort of wrap his arms around her and be there for her. She's struggling,
Yeah,
isn't she, Gemma Collins?
I think when you're in there, you are allowed 1 or 2 days where you literally feel like the world is crushing down on you. It does get to you psychologically. You're not eating as much. The food doesn't taste that nice.
Yeah.
You have to make disgusting food taste great, and it's not happening. And now you're washing dishes. It's not the lifestyle that you want.
No.
It's not the lifestyle that she used to. So she's having a little bit of a moment.
Let me tell you something. When I burn something at home in a pan,
in a house.
it's enough to bring anyone to tears. Let alone in I'm a Celeb in a Jungle, right?
Yeah.
So I completely understand the breakdown was valid.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The health concerns was valid. It is carcinogenic, not carcinogenic, but I got it. I got the premise.
Yeah.
And I'm very like Gemma, where if I'm feeling overwhelmed with emotion, I'll just go, just feel a bit ill.
Yeah,
I do it all the time.
I don't know where ill came from. Ill came out of nowhere.
But ill is the excuse.
Is
It's
that just like I'm sad? I don't
yeah,
know.
it really gives an excuse for that aura. I do it all the
Yeah.
time.
Do
I'm never
you?
ill. But I say to my mum, I'm ill today.
Just ill today.
Yeah, just in general.
For me, also with Gemma, how we know the GC, this side that we're seeing, this kind of soft, vulnerable crying, makes her to me very relatable because this is the side that I'm hoping that this person that I love so much, we all love the GC, has.
It
And
humanizes
she's-
her, I think. Yeah.
Oh,
and she's
absolutely.
showing that, and she's not afraid to show it. She's not running off to the corner and crying on her own. She's leaning on Adam and I guess spilling her feelings, which is
Did
really
you ever get emotional in the jungle, Oti?
yeah, one day when I had
remember
to
you
do
had a cry,
a
didn't you?
trial and I had to do, I forgot the night trials,
Yeah.
and then I had to cook, and then we did the terror bus. I was a mess.
Gemma, she did a night trial, very similar to you, Oti, and they have
Yeah.
no energy.
Yes.
And they're getting traipsed out. They have no idea what time it is, by the way, either. So, like, it's
Yeah.
just dark. People are going to sleep. Like, mentally, that's actually really taxing, by the way.
Yeah.
Like, I know it sounds stupid, but when you're, like, pulled out of your bed and everyone else is, like, clocking off, and they're like, right, trial, it really messes with
Yeah.
you. So she sort of has to traipse down with Jimmy, Harry, and Scarlett. And then, like, she just gets shot in the neck.
So
By a
that
bit of
was
gun.
the equivalent of a David Haye punch to the throat. Yeah. No wonder she flung those things down and went, I'm done.
done.
You win.
She pulled him off the ceiling. She pulled
Would
him
you
off the
not? That was honest. I've never seen force like it. We all sat there and just audibly gasped. I mean, Sam was in tears.
I've never laughed so much in my life. And it's not at Gemma's expense. She actually went, forget it, you've won. Me, guys. And she's like, you've won. And
Get me off this train.
Oh, it was so good. And the
Yeah.
fact they slow-moed it, I thought that was it for her. I
Same.
thought it was, call me agent, I'm done.
Yeah.
I'm a celeb to get me out of here. What did you guys think?
I felt like from the moment she walked into the train and she saw the first crocodile, and she was a bit like,
Scarlett, is that a crocodile?
Yeah.
So
But
nonchalant.
also, yeah, so nonchalant, so calm. It felt like she's reaching the end of her words. Like she's like, okay, you go to the top. I don't care anymore. So that's where I thought it was starting to build and build.
Yeah.
And then that burst came through the box, and I was like, wow, she's walking out.
But what I really rate is then when she obviously stayed and then did the next
Yes.
mini trial, she really
She was
locked
locked
in.
Yeah, she was
And
zoned in.
she wanted to succeed and she wanted to do it for her team. And I thought that was really amicable and shows so much growth in her, especially compared to her first season of us seeing her on the show. I thought, good for you. And
Yes.
what was that smoky, white, misty
Yeah, that
thing
was
in
great.
her
Like,
face?
going through the coal with
Yeah.
your nails. Are you impressed? I mean, she's still there.
I
Bearing
really
in mind,
am.
this is the same Gemma Collins that years ago did 3 days and was like, I can't do this anymore. You know, I've said this a few times now, but she's living the experience. Do you feel kind of proud of her?
I'm really,
Yeah,
really proud of her.
definitely.
You kind of see her also growing a little bit because she knows now she's not going to get everything that she wants. It's real. It's also real. The food, the drink, the no salt, the no coffee, all of that is real. And she's still pulling through. And I love that every time we see her in the hut, she just looks worse and worse. No,
What did she
But-
say after the trial? Was it
You're
she
trying
like,
to kill
yeah,
me.
You're trying to
You're
kill
trying
me.
Kill me.
with her red nails done. And you're like, Gemma, this is so hard for you, but this is hilarious. Don't go anywhere.
Do you know what? This is the thing, Osh, I think you hit the nail on the head there. And I actually said this after the episode. I was like, there's something about Gemma Collins where you go, you are a different stratosphere of watchability than anybody I've ever seen in my
Yeah.
life.
And she's not putting it on.
She's not putting it on. She genuinely thinks they're trying to kill her.
I think it's such a skill set to keep the audience on the edge of their seat, wanting to know what you're about to say.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, I just want to know what's about to come out of her mouth, and it's probably meme worthy, and it's, you know, it's like a new slogan, new merch. Like, she's like that, and I love that
I
for
can
her.
see everyone going, they're trying to kill me.
Honestly, it's phenomenal. She's amazing.
Well, guys, I think we've unpacked as much as we possibly can. Thank
have.
you for being here. You're actually back tomorrow.
We are.
We're going to find out who Harry sends home as well. We're going to be one campmate down. Can't wait. Little bit nervous. And don't forget, the road to the final starts here.
Oh, wow.
This is it. And it's a live final, of course. The
It's
public
getting
are going
real.
to be voting for the I'm a Celebrity legend. Any early bets?
Ooh.
Oh, that's a hard one to think
Beverly.
about.
Beverly for the win. Our
Beverly.
Bev.
Do you know what? I'm thinking Scarlett, maybe.
Mm.
Yes, you know what I'm thinking? By the way, I know nothing.
Okay.
I'm thinking Mo.
Okay.
Oh.
Yeah, I don't know who's sending him home. He's such a good guy.
We all need
He's
food.
vital.
They all need food. He's vital to the
Yeah.
camp. I just feel like he might sneak his way in,
Okay.
and the public adore him. So
Yes.
you never know. We're gonna find out anyway as the road to the final rumbles on. See you guys tomorrow. To get notified when tomorrow's episode drops, make sure to hit follow or subscribe and follow at I'm a Celebrity on socials for all the latest from the series. I'm a Celebrity South Africa continues tomorrow at 9 p.m. on ITV1 and ITVX. And we're, of course, going to be here for Unpacked directly after the main show on ITVX, YouTube, Spotify, and all podcast platforms.